Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. He go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary political, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary political, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary political, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you not done here. All these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians. When they thief our money, we no want to make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. Una never hear something. Now go hear one. Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary political. So my people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you. Let me know if you can hear my voice because I'm trying to fix some technical issue from this end. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Hello there.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
You can hear me loud and clear. So we will start the program in a moment. But take your time and read the caption of the broadcast before you make your own contribution accordingly. And today, today is the day 6 of our fundraiser. Don't forget that. But we'll come back to that in a jiffy. Share the broadcast.
Maiyegun diary political. Maiyegun diary Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Maiyegun diary. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ o, làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun
Thank you.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, right? We want to talk about what is going on in Ukraine. And this broadcast is not mainly about who is right or who is wrong, but what we think the Nigerians who are there right now, our brothers and sisters, I have friends all over the world that watches Maiyegun's Diary Political. Subscribe onto Maiyegun's Diary Political, and I've been receiving messages from some of them who have been like, "Have you not heard what's going on here? We are trapped here. The embassy just told us to stay calm and defend ourselves, blah, 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 blah. We don't have any way forward." And most of us who are currently schooling and living in eastern Ukraine, we have now come under the shell and the shelling of the Russians. It don't start. Now, then at that point, some of them told me, I said, so if Nigeria government or Nigeria embassy in Ukraine, if they provide a flight to take you to Nigeria right now, would you hop on it? Only two of them said that I just want to get out of here. Maiyegun is so scary. We are just locked up inside right now. There's traffic everywhere out of this place. And what led to that? We'll talk about it today. Okay, so share the broadcast, like I said, and I'm going to do the same in a minute or two. If you want to enjoy this broadcast, I'm going to advise you, don't go and watch it on Facebook. You see, if you want to know how kind of a cold-hearted, stone-hearted, or stone-cold-hearted that many Nigerians have become, go to Facebook and read their comments. Who send them there? Now, who send them go there? Who, you know, that kind of thing, right? At this time, because according to them, they that are in Nigeria, they are facing the worst situation. So if they fight war for Ukraine, you say pack your bag and come back home. So I'm asking, well, some people are saying, no, don't pack home, Momo. If they bring plane, don't jump on it. Oh. If they have refugee camp, go there. If you have another country close by, Poland, many Ukrainians are crossing to Poland as we speak. Yeah, they are crossing to Poland for safety as refugees. So many Nigerians, they are crossing with them all. So some people are now said, okay, some are saying that if Ukrainians need soldiers, if they need people who can shoot or anything, they should come and recruit in Nigeria. I'm going to get to that because though it is meant to be the war of the Soviets, the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union, fighting themselves. But the story leading to it, some will tell you Putin is right, Russia is right to do what they are doing. That nobody will accept such. That a former Soviet Union, a country which is legitimately a sovereign country, right? That they will go and join NATO. And NATO and the US, NATO is the US and their allies, right? So by becoming part of them, that will give the US to build their base next to Russia border. So because of that, Russia, in order to stop them from doing so, right, Russia decided to support two separate regions. Okay, two separate regions who for the past 8 years, according to them, right, they have been fighting the Ukrainian government. Yeah, that they want to be on their own, just like Nigeria. But it's not like the proper war yet, like in Nigeria. I mean, sorry, like it was in this part of Ukraine. Okay. So they have been fighting with the Ukrainian government. And you see these two regions who want to be on their own. They don't want to be part of Ukraine. They found an ally in Russia. Remember that they are all former Soviet. They are all meant to be like almost one before before the end of the USSR stuff, right? So Putin is, according to him, is defending Russia's future. The same future, the same Russia that, according to Putin, and there's so many people who believe that is right, is that we would allow America to come and build their base next to your own border, when you are actually the second, I believe, after United States of America. The next people with the strongest weaponry, not army, is Russia, then China. So people believe that, okay, these two breakaway regions from you, who wants to break away from Ukraine. In fact, they've declared themselves independent. So they said there has been genocide, like in Nigeria, because they want to break away. The Ukrainian army, they have been killing and killing and killing and killing and all of that for years, until they found solace and they found ally in Putin. Remember, Putin would never allow Ukraine to join NATO for the fact that, like they said, it's going to expose Russia to the rest of the West. So that was an opportunity, right? So Russia decided to back these two regions. Not just back them militarily, they gave them recognition for independence as republics. Now, this also propelled Ukraine to feel like, well, if that should be the case, then we are going to join NATO as well. Now, whatever the ambition of Putin is, right, the war don't start already. And what we have is that Ukraine is the only one currently defending themselves. All those allies, America and the rest of them, they are currently coming with sanctions against Russia billionaires, Russian, businesses, banks, politicians, and the rest of them, so that to crash Russia economy. They're talking about assets worth over $1 trillion being confiscated like that in order to. But there are humans who are casualty right now. That is where you found the Nigerians who left Nigeria looking for we're looking for what I can call a better opportunity in education, furthering their education in, so for so many reasons, right? In Ukraine, many have found a place as home. Now that this wahala started now, Nigeria government is yet to take a position on this whole thing. Some people are saying that, so many countries have started reacting. Like I said, sanctions, condemnation, and the rest of that. Why the rest of the world are also, doing their best to get their citizens out of the war front as much as they can, right? In Nigeria government told them to defend themselves and then protect themselves. So they changed that in the last 5 hours or so. So we are going to ask Air Peace to come and here lift some Nigerians in Ukraine. Now, according to what this is an unreliable data, right? They said they have over 4,000 Nigerians who are schooling in Ukraine alone. You see all those schools they advertised to you in Nigeria for the past 4 or 5 years. Those advertisements and those visa for this school, for that school, for this course, for that course in Ukraine. Those have led to the migration of so many people who left for good reasons, right? And as Nigerians, if you are valued like the rest of the world, at least by now or before now, your government would have reacted. But maybe, like people said, who send you go there in any way? Nigerian government now said because as we speak now, we have been told that there is now here, what is the color? No fly zone in Ukraine. If any plane or anything fly anyhow without permission, you can get shot down. So they said they will ask Air Peace. The Nigerian House of Representatives said they are going to call on Air Peace to go to Ukraine, but they are not going to ask the Ukrainian government to watch this. So they said they are going to ask for Russia permission in order to fly into Ukraine. So it's like Nigeria have agreed that Ukraine is gone in a way. That's the statement that so many people felt like nonsense. As we speak now, the report from Ukraine, especially from eastern eastern Ukraine, is that many Nigerians who are still trapped, some of them are already finding their ways to refugee camps, while some, right, are calling on Nigeria to do something. So I'm asking you, if you are in Ukraine right now and they bring a plane, in fact, the one I wanted to remember to say earlier was that as some people are saying, we send them there. Some people are saying, or more, if they are, I mean, from Nigeria, they say if they are in Ukraine right now, they are not coming back to Nigeria. So if this was you, would you be going back to your motherland? This is an open question now, and I'm going to open my line on that at some point. So the other part of because it's going to be an open conversation, okay? The other part of the conversation tonight is that in fact, hang on. Yeah, we'll just go into that. So the other part of this conversation tonight is what happened to our fundraiser this morning. So I received so many complaints when people tried to go onto the fundraiser in order to, to add their own donation and all that. And then they found that, one moment. I'll come to that. So anyway, we figured out that it was an internal problem with the platform themselves. It's not us. It has nothing to do with us, and our donation is very much intact. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I am going to open my line, because like I said, if you were in Ukraine right now, right, would you be going back to Nigeria or not? Even though it is now a general call that at this point there is little or next to nothing that Nigeria can do for you right now, other than for you to look for the safest, refugee camp. Maybe I can use that temporary shelter that they are providing as people keep moving and keep moving. I just don't probably want to wake up tomorrow and then we'll begin to see the casualties of those our brothers and sisters from there. A lot is going on. Well, I will open the line. Like I said, let's just start the conversation, okay? But you know what you're going to do for me, by the way? My caller, is that JJ?
Yeah.
Okay, you haven't changed your profile, WhatsApp profile picture now, okay? Give me a minute, right? I want to, I want to quickly give an update on our fundraiser, okay? And then we can continue. Just 2 minutes, okay? So, guys, as we always do, right? I'm going to share with you. The link is fine. And the update for us tonight is that we have reached almost 70 to 80%, kind of agreement with the team that are going to be the legal team for Oloye Sunday Igboho's release from Benin Republic. Everything is working according to plan as I'm talking to you right now. And I've assured this chamber that money will never be our problem, as long as we can find, we can get a result, a timely result from what we are going to pay for their service, and they agree. So for now, we have to give them. Well, I've been told to give them 8 days. So they want to put together, right, everything they have on the on this whole case issue and all of that. Then after that, they are going to make an arrangement to meet Oloye Sunday Igboho in Benin Republic. Okay. There's so much other things going on the ground that I am going to say, like I told everyone, right? If those who have been working behind the scene to get things done and all that, if they continue, they should continue what they are doing. Ours is an intervention to make much an other, what do you call it? I mean, sorry, to make a much added advantage, and that's the reason why we are doing what we are doing. So far so good. The line is back on, is working. But let me share the screen with you to show where we are as we speak. I've also received more donations from PayPal. We'll share that with you as well at some point. So I don't want to keep my caller waiting too much. Just check your screen. This is what we have now. And we also share the link with you in the comment section, okay? Where you can possibly make your own contribution as well if you want to do it right now while I'm live. If you are in Ukraine or if you are in Nigeria, would you be going back, if you are in Ukraine, would you be going back to Nigeria on the next available flight with what you know? Just be honest. Hello. Hello there.
Yes, Mr. Maiyegun.
JJ, sorry for that.
Yeah, I before I will sit down, sit back and be listening to others. So that's why I just decided to call earlier. Great. So that I can get off the line to get the others there. You know, first, let me greet the house and thanks to all the people that have been contributing for the release of Colonial and everything.
That's right.
And this, like I used to say, is ourselves that we are fighting for.
That's true.
An injustice to one is an injustice to all. So now, let's go straight to the point. You see, he that learned from the history, we never made the mistake twice. We never repeat the mistake.
That's right.
You see, Russia, I don't support them, and I also support them because if you study their history, Crimea war was fought 100 and something years ago.
Wow.
They were defeated with the support of the Europeans in all, gathered together to defeat Russia. For Russia to lose that war, Crimea. And if you can remember, when Crimea was being annexed by Russia, Putin made mention of this history that I just told you now to tell his people. He said for all years, 100 years ago, we've been longing to take this land, but now the Crimea is now back. Now, that's number one. That's first war that Russia fought with the Europeans. The second one was Napoleon the Great. If you remember, Napoleon from Italy went to Russia to go and beat them, thanks to the weather who helped them to defeat Napoleon. The third time, Hitler went there again to go and fight to fight Russia, thanks to the weather that they were being defeated. From that time, Soviet, that was what led to the Soviet Union, that Russia began to group allies in order to counter any problem that will come to his house. So then after that, collapse of Russia, Soviet 1992. Yes, collapse of their USSR. There was an agreement after that between Ukraine and Russia. That agreement was give us the arsenal that is in your hand. Then America and the British were the guarantor, the guy who guarantee the safety of Ukraine, which is what leads to their support for Ukraine now. So I think I hope people are following the way I'm analyzing it. Sure. Now, after that agreement, there was an agreement between America during the Soviet, during the Cuba nuclear problem, that time, Arsenal. There was an agreement. After all these things, they signed agreements between Russia and the Europeans and the America that they will never near its borders.
That's true.
That's why I say, he that learns will never make a repeated mistake. Now, this one now happened. When all the other Eastern, former Soviet Union were joined NATO, joined EU, Russia see it as a threat.
That's right.
Somebody who have fought them 3 times. It's like a Yoruba and Hausa. That's why I'm kind of support Russia.
Okay.
Because of what has happened to them in the past. They don't want the repetition of it.
That's why many said that Putin is right, and he has the right to be paranoid because of what is been in the past to allow this to happen, no matter what the world feels like.
Brother, this history that I'm telling you now, you can never hear it in the Western news. Because why? They want us to play emotional support for them. But some of us who are intelligent enough, who knows the history, who follow the channels, knows that this thing is somebody beat your mama first time, beat your mama second time, third time again. The fourth time in the Caribbean quarters, you won't come cut your offer, you go to look up. It's not possible. No. When you see his family nearing you, you're supposed to wake up. That is deranging. Is why Russia is doing what they are doing. But the way they got it wrong, they shouldn't. If I'm Putin, he has done something very nice. His homework was very perfect. When use the people themselves to break themselves out and leave the Kiev alone. It shouldn't be going by war. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they are bombing
that's for Russia.
Bombing buildings, bombing
no
joke.
That one, yeah, that's why I won't support him for that. I won't support him for that. It should have been the way Donbass, Donetsk, South Ossetia, all those things have been breaking away. It should have let them continue because they have planted a lot of people there. It's like all that, and that's why we are saying Nigeria should break now. Because there will come a time when we finally break up. Some Fulani who have they live in Yoruba, if they concentrate themselves in one place, you will hear that they want to break away, and Hausa will support them that time. He that learned from history will never make a repeated
You will not repeat the mistake. Thank you so much.
Yes. So let me leave it that way for the others.
As the people know, I like that detailed conversation there. It makes a lot of sense, honestly speaking. But let me take another call. You're right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I like the conversation like that, and I want more of that. Tell me, what would you do in this regard? I mean, where's your position? Be open, okay? If you disagree with people who called in, right, you don't need to be disrespectful or attacking them, right? Present yours. Let's hear your side. Hello there.
Hello, guten Abend.
Ekale, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. I'm fine. Maiyegun, I'm fine.
Now,
honestly, to be honest,
have the floor. By the way, go on, please.
Your question, I will give you a direct answer, which is capital letter no. I'm not going back to Nigeria. I will find a way to move out of Ukraine and seek asylum anywhere around Europe. That's my own direct answer. I'm not going back to it's just like going from fire pan to fire. What does Nigeria have to offer me? Nothing. They will even destroy my life rather than making it more better. So I'm not going back there. That's the direct answer. Secondly, Baba.
Go on.
The problem is like all the sanctions the Western Europe or United States are making on Russia, I swear, we who are in Europe are the ones who will suffer it the most. We will pay the bills. We call it in German, Rechnung. We will pay the bills. You know why? See that oil, that pipeline, coming to Germany, coming to every part of Europe, the oil we are enjoying to make ourselves warm.
Gazprom, I've been waiting with their name. Gazprom,
everything, yeah. Recently, Germany just almost signed the contract to them, which will make our electricity bills more less and cheaper. I swear, Baba, I'm using Fier Energy here in Stuttgart. Baba, I swear, bill don't want to kill me.
They just told us so from the beginning of the year. They just told us that our own electricity bill in the UK is going to go up by £800. Massively.
Exactly.
Now they are now looking at maybe
sir.
They should give us some sort of subsidy, give us some, £300, a tip. So now that Russia is, I'm with you. Continue. I'm with you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this one you are talking about also affected us in Germany. It was due to Corona at that time.
Right.
Now they want to add sanctions to Russia, who is providing you Western motherfuckers the energy you are using, the oil you are using to fuel your cars and everything, and then you want to sanction them. Meanwhile, it's the same this UK, France, where did they collect acceptance to enter Mali, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, a lot of African francophone countries where they destroyed, and they are still destroying till today, and they never got sanctioned. What about UK? What about United States, who invaded Iraq? Did anybody obstructed them? When they went to Afghanistan, destroyed it? Till today, what happened after almost 20 years of war in Afghanistan? Last, so they say Taliban still collect regime.
Sadly so.
After they've destroyed people's land, no peace, nothing, no harmony. Now you are complaining about Putin, who is now doing his own thing in Crimea. And I don't know, okay, to be honest to you, I don't really support the war or anything violence, but he was subdued to it. He had no any other option. If you bring them to the table to negotiate with them, they will still say no. So now and someone on the comment section was comparing if you support Boko Haram, why if you don't support Boko Haram, why would you be supporting Putin? Boko Haram and Putin and me.
Nah, I don't even know where the comparison is coming from, but it is typical Nigerian now.
If you know,
it's typical.
If you know what Putin has done to Russia. For me, I haven't really seen Russian people coming to Germany to seek asylum. No. If you compare the percentage to Nigerians seeking asylum in Germany, I was never an asylum seeker. I came here to study, and I'm working perfectly. I'm not blaming those who seek asylum for a better life. Yes, of course. But there are some countries in Europe that you will never find their citizens seeking asylum somewhere else, especially economic asylum. You can't compare Putin and Boko Haram. Please stop that. Is a very wide comparison.
During coronavirus, the whole of Nigeria, they are begging for vaccine, right? Russia were making their own, and they were donating to countries all over the world, wasn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. So I mean, I don't really support Putin's war against Ukraine, but one way or the other, at least there's no way we can support it. Someone is also writing in the comment section that the gas is so expensive in Germany. Excuse me, I just got a restroom of almost 1,000 euros, which I have to pay. I don't have any choice. The only advantage to live over here is that you can negotiate with them that, see, I don't have this 1,000 euros. I can be paying you 100 euros every month.
That's right.
Go and check your meter. If you stay in Germany, go and check your meter. Go and, if you are using Fair Energy or any other to say of this thing, we are the ones in Europe who will pay this fucking
eventually.
Bill. Believe it or not, it's our restroom. That's what we got to pay. And see, all these Jagbajantis, one way or the other, may Nigeria even mind their own fucking business. Because we get plenty problems, insecurity, no electricity, no regular water supply. Our roads are dead trap. People are dying every day. Fulani are colonizing us. Those people who have been purchased or shooed from Ogun State and are refugees in Cotonou, they have not settled them back in their villages. We don't have any security. Corruption is the order of the day. One Atole again wants to go for our president. We are still sleeping and we are talking about Ukraine. Ukraine is far more better than Nigeria. Why are our citizens, why are they running to Ukraine to go and study? When we don't have good, when did ASU just recently strike? So you want to compare Europe, Ukraine, ordinary Ukraine, where we say for normally they not reach Nigeria in terms of standard, education, brilliant people, hardworking Nigerians. They is not comparable, but we don't have a good governance.
So we have to sell our properties, we have to sell everything we have just to go and be in the cold Ukraine for education. I'm with you, I follow you, Baba.
Baba, if you know how cold Ukraine is, Baba, I've never been there before, Kiev, but at least I watch them football. Them stadium, they full with snow, they go see the play ball. We go, they wear hand gloves everywhere, come they be like Chukudi, Unamdi. We go, they we plenty clothes, all jackets.
Yes,
is it easy? It's not easy. So excuse me, make Nigeria first mind their own business. At least Ukraine no ban Instagram. Putin no ban Instagram. Your Muhammad or Boko Haram they ban Instagram. At least Putin no ban cryptocurrency. Our Lori Buruku then they go from cryptocurrency. We don't even with something where our youth they use explore legally. There's something we not do Yahoo. We still they go do crypto. We they do forex. They still ban them. This bastard. Everything is expensive. No subsidy. Baba, if you want to mention and to go, morning go now.
We go there all night. I deal with you. I think it's an opportunity for everybody, Sha, to just express themselves about the whole current affair. It's good. Our brothers and sisters watching from Ukraine as well are possibly monitoring and feeling like, man, you guys don't have a clue what's going on here, man. We are about to be nuked. Yeah? So thank you so much, Clement. So that's Clement from Stuttgart, by the way. He didn't mention his name, or he's a regular. Hello.
Yes, Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
Maiyegun General, long time.
Pago, is that you?
Yes, this is
you
me.
See, I always get to know the voice. If I go blind tomorrow, some of you, if you talk, I will know. I'll say, is that you? It's like, how did you know? You can't see me. I'll be like, you have no idea. I can hear you. Go on.
Yes, so yes, thank you very much. It's been a long time. I went back to Nigeria a few months ago. So I was trying to settle down here. So, well, I want to start by, what happened today, early morning today. Most people in Nigeria are keen on watching CNN and BBC. They watch and listen to ABC News and what have you. They don't know anything. When they come online, they say, Russia invaded Ukraine, Russia did it. You have to go back to the history. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
Ukraine have turned themselves into a puppet of the West. And Russia cannot fold their hands and watch NATO missiles to be surrounding their borders. It's not possible. You remember what happened during the Cold War with Cuba, US, and Russia? US said that they don't want a Russian missile in Cuba because Cuba is close to Miami.
Close to America. So you are right. Sense. Yes. Go on, sensei.
If there's any war, it's going to reach US within minutes. So US now say that they don't want it. Russia agreed with them. They pulled back. They made an agreement that NATO will not step their foot into Russian border. And they agreed on that. Okay, why now that Ukraine is trying to join NATO, they want to do this, they want to do that. If these people, the next people want to be free, let them be free. They are Russian-speaking people. They want to go back to Russia where they belong. I don't understand why this Western are saying that they can play God all the time. They told us there's weapon of mass destruction in Iraq. They went to Iraq. There was no weapon of mass destruction. They killed Saddam Hussein. They killed a lot of people. They said that it was transported to Syria. They went to Syria. They destabilized the place. There was no chemical weapon, no nothing. They went to Libya. They said that Gaddafi was building a nuclear power plant for whatever. They killed Gaddafi. They destroyed Libya. They stayed in Afghanistan for years. After they were defeated, they created terrorists there. Terrorists fought them back and took over the Afghanistan. They ran back to United States and NATO over just few months ago. Today again, now they are coming to tell us that Russia aggression, Russia this. Who? I don't know. Everybody.
Okay,
why are
back.
You denying the next people? Thank you. Why are you denying the next people their right to referendum? Why are you denying that? They don't mention that. Nobody talks about that. If you go on media, Russia did this, Russia did that. Well, how about Ukraine?
The people that wanted to break away, they said they have been coming under attack from the Ukrainian soldiers for years until Russia came to their defense.
Nobody talks about that. The Western media will never open their mouth to say anything about that. Rather, will be propagating Russia did this, Russia did. How about the agreement you had with Russia? Why would you want Ukraine to be part of NATO? Do you want Russia to be shrink into where? Where do you want them to go? They are fighting back. They don't want NATO to be in their border. That's it. If Ukraine want to be a puppet of US, let them be a puppet. The same thing US did in Venezuela. They went to pick a man in Venezuela and made him president in the United States, call him a legitimate president in the United States, whereas an elected president in Venezuela is still in the seat. But they made another person president in US. Freeze their accounts, freeze their gold accounts in the UK. Why are they playing God all the time? I don't support any kind of war, but these people have to be stopped. The US must be stopped. They supported Taiwan, say Taiwan should leave China, whereas they know their history. But now you don't want other people to have their own freedom. Isn't that hypocrite? Isn't that evil? Isn't that evil? You said that China must be divided. China said that Taiwan, our people, we are one. He said no, that Taiwan must be free from China. Why can't Donetsk and that Donbass region be free from Ukraine? It's their right. If you support Taiwan, Why can't Russia support the next? Who speaks the same language with them? Who has the same culture? The same these European people join Hitler during the Second World War. Ukraine at a point started joining Hitler. They become Nazis. They fought against Russia. Even when Nazis, Ukraine. This is a historical.
Sorry, the line is really bad. Ikpagu. I don't know if you can hear me. And I'm actually enjoying that. Honestly speaking, it's like many of us are going to learn a lot tonight. A lot. Because I'm learning. Ikpagu, are you still there? Okay. I'm going to take another call then, okay? If Ikpagu calls back, although Ikpagu, we will continue the conversation. I have another caller. Hello, sir.
Professor General Maiyegun.
Kabiesio.
Emi Emagu.
Asheo.
The only thing we can say, you win many souls. You are not a pastor, but you did more than what a pastor can do. Because I think Mutim follow now, let's say over 6 to 7 years, Mutim follow Maiyegun. Even though when I closed my main account as a member of the personal exposed person, Mwaloshi AC Islands on my personal account. When I Martin follow, I always have that mind as a Nigerian, as a Yoruba man. Because when I was telling one of my friends that I get in touch with you about 2 weeks ago, said, no, I've been trying for a couple of months. I said, look, you keep on trying. Keep on trying. It's by luck. One day he got in touch with you, said, it's like I won a lotto.
I know. And I always feel the same way, Sal. Honestly, some people, I do tell them too, yeah. When I speak to you for the first time, I feel the same way you feel. I feel the same way everyone feels because, well, I can't describe it. Like they can't really describe too.
Yeah, I have been always contributing to this of your program.
Thank you, sir.
What I can only say is that Nigeria is gone. Only people who benefit from it that will say Nigeria still remain Nigeria. I would like to say a big thank you. I wish I said in about 3 of your last program of when you regarding Sunday Go contribution.
That's right.
I would like to say a big thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's what you did now is what we lack in Nigeria. There's no trust. There's no transparency. That's why we are still in problem in Nigeria. I was talking to one of the MP in UK. I said, look, the electricity used in one borough in UK is what the whole Nigeria is using.
Managing or sharing.
The light never went up one day. So what you did regarding Igboho raising that fund, it's not that you break the record. You break the yoke. Because the people, they have trust in you. You make a transparency. And that's what we are lacking in Nigeria. That's why we are still back. So there's nothing like one Nigeria. I remember one of the blogger, he posted one thing. He said, from Lagos to Lokoja, they have 46 roadblock. That is custom roadblock. From Lokoja to Katsina, no single one. Why are we one Nigeria? There's no one Nigeria. We are just deceiving ourselves.
They militarized the South.
I am telling you.
They just, sort of let's go and then for the North also. It's a shame, sir. Thank you so much.
I will give you one joke. It's not a joke. It's a real. One of a friend from Nigeria called me and said, I did. I said, yes, sir. He said, please don't send money to those people you send money who they are your payroll. I said, what happened? He said, they are the problem of Nigeria. I said, why? He said, now, he said he's going to send me a photo and a video now. The people who I pay, who are there on my payroll, I saw them taking a Congo of rice and 5,000. And they say, oh, we go for Tinubu 2023. He said, do you see now? He said, look, you know Yas Lagbaja, you know Ya Lagbaja. He said, you are on the payroll. I said, he said, they are the people who are destroying their future. Let's be honest, the armed robber, they will rob you and take your money. And they won't come back. But the Nigerian government, they rob you, your future, your grand future, and they put it in their own pocket.
It's a shame. Thank you so much, sir. Let me take other calls too. So just
God bless you very much,
Maiyegun. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maiyegun.
God bless you too, sir. You still have a good evening, sir. Thank you so much. That's another Oro Agbade for those who have the patience enough to listen to the end. So thank you. I have another caller, but it seems that the network won't connect them. So we are talking about the Russia invasion. I can call it now. We will call it Russia self-defense, because the conversation was going so well around that earlier. So let's see. I don't know what happened with this connection, but I'll try another person. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Oga Maiyegun,
sir.
The chief priest of the Temple of Truth is Rodney again.
My dear brother, Rodney, you are also back online again, okay? Yeah, we are talking about this, and you probably want to add something too. Yeah?
Yes.
Please, fire.
I mean, I just saw that caller that we lost a few minutes ago.
I'm hoping he calls back anyway, but he's still watching, I bet.
Yes. So you would have noticed that when I'm speaking, even though I'm very passionate about Biafra and Oduduwa and the indigenous people of the place called Nigeria, you will know that the passion really lies in the freedom of all Black people.
That's right.
Especially West Africans. And that guy hit the nail at the head. You see, do you know that in Hitler's book, Mein Kampf means my struggle, Hitler actually said that the reason why he was killing the so-called Jews is that he knows that they are not real Jews, and he knows that the real Jews are Black people. Now, this is a real deep story, because the people that you see in the west coast of Africa, where you call West Africa today, it used to be called, those places used to be called Negro land. If you Google map of Negro land, you will find Negro land. So when the Pope told them to come and pick slaves at that time, just when the slave trade began, he did not send them to the whole of Africa. He sent them to Negro land, because those were the people from Judah. And now they conspired. It's in the Bible that you conspire to erase the name of my people from existence. You know, he said, but I will be laughing at you, because I will make sure that I erase your name. So what that guy was talking about is the result of a deep conspiracy that had already taken place, you know, many centuries before now. And where it really began to affect our own modern life as West Africans now is when they had their Berlin Conference, 1845, November 1884 to February 1885, where they sat down in Berlin and divided Africa like a cake, like a piece of cake. And everybody took their own, and they deliberately, intentionally grouped Igbos, Yorubas, Cameroonians, everybody grouped them together and cut them little, so that they will be different tribes, different tongues, and never speak the same language. And like the Tower of Babel, they understand already that if people don't speak the same language, they will never be able to agree. This is our problem today. Let's leave all that. It is very deep. But now, what that caller is saying, it calls for, imagine Hitler, that everybody paints as completely horrible and evil. He is saying now his own testimony, because I speak fluent German, and he's saying in Mein Kampf, this is why I'm killing these people. Of course, I have deep history of the people that are in Israel right now. They are from the Caucasus Mountains and all that. So what that guy was saying about Russia and Ukraine is very interesting. We have to really listen. That if these people say like Oduduwa and like Biafra, we want to leave Ukraine, why would Ukraine hold them down? Why is the whole world talking about these people right now, and nobody is talking about Oduduwa and Biafra? How people should ask themselves these questions. So for me, while I'm very happy that somebody is taking a look at Russia and Ukraine and taking a deeper look, I'm much more concerned for us as Biafrans and Oduduwans, that we have to break ourselves free from the shackles of the Western world. And I'll end with a food for thought for everyone. Okay? They call themselves civilized. But actually, have you given it a thought? When they came to our place, we were so welcoming, so civil, that we closed our eyes, so friendly, so hospitable, that they thought, oh my God, look at these people. They don't know how to grab land. They don't know how to kill people to take their property. They don't know nothing. And so they decided to grab everybody. They decided to go back and send mercenaries that they called explorers. My people for near River Niger, who discovered River Niger? For history, they say Mongopa.
No, as if to say people
so your
were not
grandpapa,
living in River Niger before.
your,
People were already
your grandpapa and your
there.
grandmama, will go fish for River Niger all this time. Now close eye. Then they close their eye. One day, one boy with them, they come Mongopa. See river, Niger. I can't discover them. So, my people, my heart goes out to our own people. But I say Russia and Ukraine should open our eyes to see what we are going through in our own place. You see,
that means the Yorubas, the Biafrans, they need a strong ally, not to the west. They should be looking to the east or to the west.
Where should they look? Nobody is going to come and save us. So me, I don't like it.
Russia is fighting Ukraine now, even though Russia have their reason for fighting Ukraine, right? But Russia is saying that they are defending these two countries that Ukraine has been killing because they want to be on their own. You get what I mean now? So if Yorubas and Igbos have found...
You know why they are doing that now? It's because when the USSR was breaking, all the Western nations, they supported it. So they are now saying, use the same yardstick that you used against USSR, use it against yourselves.
Rodney,
they are saying,
thank you so much. Let me take another call. This again, okay?
God bless.
I appreciate that. So thank you so much for God bless you too.
God bless.
So yes, people can take position and make their position known as well. At the same time, don't forget the question. If you are in Ukraine right now as a student, what is your advice for the Nigerians who are students in Ukraine right now? Jump on the next plane and go home, or save themselves like many other Ukrainians? So open up again. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening to you, Baba.
Well, in fact, Isaac, hope you're fine. How's family?
We are still here, honestly. We are doing well. I mean, Baba.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amen. Yeah. I mean, my own contribution of say or whatever opinion concerning the Ukraine and Russia. See, you see, the Western world when it comes to all these elite countries, and both the Western and the Eastern, they know what they are doing. No,
I'm with you.
For me, nobody is doing the right thing. America is not doing the right thing. Russia is not doing the right thing. They both know why they are fighting for this. I'm telling you. Number one, Putin is not a democratic leader. Putin, if you check his history, this guy is a KGB leader, a former KGB leader.
That's right.
He has done a lot in Europe when it comes to assassination. This is one of the reasons why the Western world, I'm not supporting them. This is one of the reasons why they are trying to stop Putin. Okay, he wants to fight. He's talking about Ukraine. Okay, Ukraine wants to go into NATO. What about Latvia? Is Latvia not sharing border with Russia? Are they not NATO member?
Really?
Latvia, they are NATO member, but they are sharing border with Russia. Finland, because Russia is my jargon. If you put in French, Russia my jargon. Finland, they are applying to go to join NATO. They are sharing border with Russia. Sweden, as we are saying, are also applying. Norway is going to apply to as well, and they are also sharing borders with Russia. So what are we talking about? What is it the way forward? No, that's why I used to come to Maiyegun, because you never figure out.
That's some great sort of add-on information to this conversation in a way, right?
Yeah.
Remember that they said the reason why Russia is invading Ukraine is because Ukraine wants to join NATO, and then so America can set up their own base there. And you are right. I just checked. I just Googled it now, and it says here that indeed Latvia is part of NATO. And then what is the excuse?
Latvia joined 2004. So what is the excuse? 2004, for God's sake. So you share border with Latvia. So what are you talking about? With this unnecessary power shifting and power structuring, trying to, for me, I believe Putin just wants to show that he has weapons.
Some are even saying that since the breakaway country has received recognition from Russia, there is no point in further invasion. I mean, what should have been is that Russia should provide kind of defense for these two countries because they have the capacity to. But there is more to it. So, go on.
Maiyegun, God bless you. That was my bone of contention and my argument with some folks we are talking about. Like I said, okay, fine. This country, I was happy. They said, for me, I'm fighting for my Yoruba nation, by independence. But why did you have to go blast Ukraine? Has anybody asked themselves that question?
There's so much on the table, Baba. That's what we are doing now, getting to know more. And for those on the front line too.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? See, this thing has been going for so long. There have been a lot of fights between Ukraine and all these separatists. They call them separatists, Donetsk and Luhansk. They call them separatists. They've been fighting for so long, and since they've been fighting, Russia has been supplying these people Donetsk weapons, military equipment, and America has been doing the same thing to Ukraine. But America never, for once, went into battleground with these separatists. I'm not supporting America. Wait, what are they? But let us talk about one. Let us say the truth. Me, I don't like dribbling. You understand? When we are wrong, we are wrong. When we are right, we are right. You understand? I'm in support of a particular region. I mean, having their independence. I'm in support of that. But why do you have to go and blast Ukraine? Have you watched? I'm sure you've watched the news now. The kid, for God's sake.
And we have been seeing the news here, Baba. That's more reason why I feel so much for those who are like Nigerians there right now. No joke.
Exactly. Look at our Nigerian brothers and sisters studying in Ukraine.
I know.
What is their fate? We already have a field. We have a field system in Nigeria already.
Are they going to be able to weather this winter season in Europe, and trek from Ukraine to Poland? Can they survive it? There's a lot. And what are they doing to help? But again,
they can. They can. Okay, now you say you don't want your borderline to be controlled by NATO. Even Belarus that you are controlling is the one controlling Belarus. Belarus only just have a figurehead president. Is the one controlling Belarus, and even Lieutenant, who is also part of Lithuanian, who is also part of NATO, is sharing border with Belarus. So I mean, these are okay. From what I heard, this guy even called you. From the news, he called Putin. He didn't pick up the call. He invaded Ukraine. Come on.
Thank you so much, Baba.
Violence is not the way.
So let me take another call. Yeah, I understand the position of everybody. A lot of you have a lot of history about Russia, USSR, and the rest of that. But I'm going to actually love it if you can always link.
Baba, let me
topic anyway. So yeah, I have another call. Hello,
my king.
Prince.
Good evening, my king.
Good evening to you, Baba.
Baba, just saw Russia ló ń dó wa o. Gbogbo wa, that's all those stories where they talk. Russia ló jẹ́ kí a fi join ní NATO. Sweden báyìí. Sweden, Finland, even Denmark don't ṣe kàtìkàtì. Partner ní gbogbo wa o fún NATO. We are not members o. Partner ní wa o.
We are just partners,
Russia,
not members.
We are just partners, not members. Yeah, Russia sọ fún gbogbo wa ní báyìí pé Teba war bear to declare war because
because of the treaty.
Water here, that's where the NATO will start. Russia tell all of us, told all of us beforehand. If you join NATO, you have declared war. Only have to join NATO. To go and we want to join NATO. And no new join. Only join because Russia is using there's one thing we call nuisance value. So much to get what are you going to do military around their border for? They have nuclear weapons. America has, China has. That is why you just leave them alone. If you don't balance the world order, that's why there's balance. You have, I have, okay, nobody. But ẹ lọ sí border kílẹ̀ lọ ṣe ní border wọn. When you know they are not democratic. They are not a democracy. What are you doing? They are gradually
Hang on, I don't know what happened to your voice. Maybe you should move closer to the phone, or if it's on speaker, you need to take it out. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can all hear you now. Yes, please.
Yes. So it's just like military drills, Tonche, all the time. You are getting closer and closer to Russian border. You understand? So it's just what is happening. I don't take sides with anybody, but when I look at the situation, America is supporting Taipei to be a free country. It's just like America single-handedly decided that Taipei should be a country, and China wants Taipei in their list. So Russia too have declared Donetsk and this other place as a new country. They're all war powers. They are deciding what they want to do. Because they look at all these things, and China is 100% behind Russia because they know if the world crippled Russia, they are the next ones to be crippled. The world just wants only one world power.
Do you know what China told their own citizens in Russia? I mean, Ukraine. They said they should stay indoor.
They should go.
They should stay indoor and put Chinese flag on their house, and they should put Chinese flag on their cars, and they should go about their normal business. They will never be attacked. So an indirect way to say China is backing Russia. Now, big world war.
Of course. Baba, make I not waste your time. But before this attack, Russia went to China, and they say they are 100% partners now. I've forgotten the language they use. That means anything China wants, Russia will give them. Anything Russia wants, China will give them. Just like,
Allies
so
now.
The world. So, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Russia don't let anybody deceive you. They put it off our head.
No joke. Okay. Nice one there, Prince. You have a good one. Nice one, Baba.
All right.
So that's Prince Ade from Sweden. So is that fellow. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, one name more.
One name. How are you tonight?
This is Osita.
Osita from the US.
Yeah.
So, sir, you are live, please.
Yeah. I really appreciate the subject matter for today. But there's something that we are talking about that it's not really consistent. You remember when Ronald Reagan came? He came with the slogan, "American First."
I remember.
People really didn't understand it until Donald Trump came and echoed "America First." So, do you think the Russians will not say the Russian first?
I mean, like as they ask, what is wrong if the Russian says Russia first too?
Well, yeah. Do you think it's wrong for the Chinese to say the
Chinese first?
Do you think it's wrong for Africa to say Africa first? But that last one, Africa has never asked themselves that question. Is it supposed to be African first? All these things you are looking is tussle of power. None of them is wrong and none of them is right. They are right in their right and they are wrong in their wrong. Because if you look at the continent of America, nobody can challenge the America here except Cuba. And the reason Cuba is because of Russia finds their presence in Cuba.
That's right.
And that's the reason Americans will never forgive Cuba. They have tried every means to try to bring Cuba to themselves, but the Cubans are not accepting it because of the presence of the Russians there. The last caller said, the two previous callers, they said, that why would you go and invade? The reason for invasion, everybody knows it. If you have stood up from the beginning and say, okay, these people are not going to join NATO, you come out openly that you will not join NATO, like the way they came up openly and said the Turkish will not be part of EU.
That's right.
There would have been peace. But there's something that people try. They try to do that never trying at all. What they did was to try to do to see if they can bully Ukraine into being part of NATO. Because if Ukraine becomes part of NATO, they can now walk freely into Ukraine.
Exactly, and do whatever they want.
They want to do.
Under the name of Ukraine is a sovereign country. It's a free country. What have you?
Yeah.
Get it.
But did you ask yourself one question? That the reason United States of America is strong the way they are, the 50 states have been the 50 states from time memorial, no breakage. Do you think if one of the states accept that, say, okay, the civil war they have in this country was it not because of one people said they want to break away, they want to stay on their own?
Want to break up.
They said no. Then probably you succeeded in breaking another person, and that person find out that in breaking us, you make us weaker. And they're trying to annex what that is there. They will not come up and show us the document that was signed for that break. They won't. Like what happened, like the last caller said, that look at Chinese Taipei, that this and this. But did you see the document? The document reads that at a certain point of time, after a very long while, I can't remember the number of years. And that number of years, from what I learned last year, from what I made my research, for that number of years, it remains about either 15 or 19 years for the Chinese to get back the whole of Taiwan, Hong Kong, and bring everybody back together into one fold.
Yeah.
So what did they do? They tried sponsoring issues so that they would say the Taiwan and the Hong Kong, they would stay on their own to become a sovereign state. But there was an agreement that was written. You didn't follow that agreement. So that was the reason that those things couldn't happen. We weren't surprised because all those things because of to take over the Chinese Sea. The Chinese Sea extends to Australia. Early this year, you saw what happened. Australia was standing up against China. But I used to tell people that we are the dumbest people on the face of the earth, the Africans. Because everything they do, everything is a gang up against Africa. We are the food basket of the world. Everything anybody in this world needs to succeed comes directly, not directly, directly from Africa. They succeeded in dividing us, breaking us. The whites, everybody knows that the West, what they love in their life is divide and rule.
That's right.
They break us down and break us down and break us down and break us down. I remember there was a time in my life, if you tell me that Nigeria should break, I will tell you Nigeria shouldn't break. The reason I say that was because I found out that divide and rule has killed Africa. They break us and break us and break us and break up until I now find out that the best thing for us is to break up Nigeria so that at the end of the day, we can start in our little way and see if we can unite Africa back again.
Building, connection again through respect, not by being forced together to be called one and away.
Exactly. By the time we build ourselves in our own esteemed character, then we can become a united Africa. Because all these things they are doing, there was a memo that was written by a Secretary of State here in this country. And the Secretary of State, they said that if they allow Africa to escape, that the whole world will go hungry. The whole world will go hungry. So all these things they are doing, it is left for us that we Africans, especially we Nigerians, it is left for us to learn a clue from what is happening. Nobody's going to fight this thing for us.
No.
Yoruba Nation, Biafra, nobody's going to fight it for us except we decide on our own to fight it ourselves.
That's right.
People are just talking about Ukraine. They talked about Afghanistan. The whole world was talking about Afghanistan. The whole of their TV, everything was there. They talk about Ukraine now. The whole of their TV is there. But what is happening in those? Yes, but what is happening in those countries is not even up to 30% of what happens in Nigeria. And nobody's talking about Nigeria because they don't want Africa free. People don't understand it. People need to understand this message. This message is not about because of I'm an African, I'm an European, I'm an American. This is a question of killing the destiny of a particular people to the detriment of the whole world. And let nobody come here and start telling me that why would you go into another person's border? They are taking care of their business and we are not taking care of our business. They are using us to take care of their own business. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Osita. That's a outpouring one there. And I think Odonikbagu, my brother, is back. I don't know what happened to your network. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Oh, great.
Yes, I can hear you, Maiyegun. Thank you very much.
is back. So
yes.
You've got another 2 minutes. You can use that wisely, bro. Go on.
Okay, all right. Thank God for that, because most of Africans now are beginning to learn it the hard way. You understand? Wherever you see UK, US, and France standing together, there is evil going on. There is evil going on whenever UK, US, and France stand together. That is a fact. Do you understand? I want to tell you one thing.
Tell them.
These people are talking about sovereignty of these people, the other people. When Britain and France shared out Cameroonian and the Nigerian part, do they make any consultation? When they put some Yorubas in Benin Republic, was there any referendum?
No.
What is happening in Russia and Ukraine today will happen tomorrow in Nigeria, a place called Nigeria. You know that so there are some Igbo people in Benue State now. When they begin to agitate that they want to go back to their motherland, take us back to where we come from, you will call them rebels.
Do you know that there are Igbo people in Kogi State, indigenous, not business people, indigenous people, Igbo people in Kogi State. When they'll be crying, we want to go back, take us back to our motherland, you will call them rebels. When the Igbo upland came to, now we're going to go and rescue them, you say they declared war. You don't take people to a place without referendum, without their consent. It will happen. It might not be today, but it will definitely happen. I thank God Africans are beginning to wake up to see the reality. You see what happened in Mali. They asked.
Go on.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So whatever
I
is
think
happening
have you back
between
now.
Russia and America is a tussle of power, and let them dig it out. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ipagu, for that a quick add-on, okay? Yeah. And thanks so much for calling back as well. Thank you. So let me take this call as well. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Maiyegun. Hello.
Elder.
Well done.
So, good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Well done. Yes. Yeah, I'm happy I'm able to contribute to this program tonight.
Thank you, sir.
So, because it happened when I was doing my project at the university. Okay. So that's it happened to be what is happening within Ukraine now, and Russia and the rest of the world. You know, let me tell you the reality. Let me put it straightforward to people. Many people have contributed, but the truth of the matter is this: Russia will be hurt. Okay, they will be hurt, and they will hit them too hard. All right. Now, when I was doing my research about American power, America, if you draw pie charts, and cut it into three, the money in the world, America alone have 2/3. The military, they have 2/3. I'm not talking about number, the quality. When you're talking about science and engineering, why some countries are powerful than the rest is just because of the science and engineering. Okay? So now America have 2/3 of that one again. Just of recent, I was watching BBC, a program of BBC. They were discussing American power as well. So it was very interesting to watch it. So now they now say trying to compare European Union power, like Britain, France, Germany, Italy, all of them together, Spain, all those power. They combine them together. For them to catch up with the American power, it's going to take them another 120 years.
America won't stay the same for those years too.
See, Maiyegun, listen to me. Listen to me. You know, I know many people are arguing. There are a lot of things that is very opaque to me. When you look at, for example, that you hold your phone now, the phone you hold in your hand, you see made in China or made in India. You understand? All right? The truth of the matter is that that's right. So who holds that computer in your front? Who holds it? But when you look at the back, you see made in China or made in India. The computer is only hosted by America. All the computers in the world today hosted by America because there are three things in every gadget that made up of computer, which is the operating system, arithmetic logic units, and the processor. No one in the world, I repeat, no one in the world. I don't study it in Nigeria. I study my computer science in Europe. Okay, so I understand what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is that power, even when you are talking about the intelligence, everything that is going on in Russia today, even up to the presidency level, America knows everything. We got about 30 root servers in the world, 40 root servers in the world. That 40 root servers, what it does is that every information we are making in the world today, let's say you call your brother in Nigeria, I call my sister in Japan, I call that one call his uncle in Jamaica. What happened is that that 14 root servers is going to collect all the informations. All right, okay, all right. One of that server is in London. One in Stockholm, in Norway, or Sweden. Sorry, and one in Japan, in Tokyo. The rest are in America.
Yes, I want to know why. Yes? I want to know where you want this to be, because what you were describing earlier was that Russia will be hot when America comes. I don't want us to go into all of that because of our time. Please, please.
Yes. Okay.
So you said Russia will be hot if they come for them. I want to learn about that. You know.
Yeah, the reason why they will come. The reason why they will come for them. The reason why they will come for this. You see, the lesson that the African country need to learn what is with Russia is this. You remember when USSR was there, they are very powerful. What destroyed them? Corruptions. Do you know that in the last 20 years to 28 years, the money that all these billionaire oligarchy cabal in Russia taking out of that country is more than 1.5 trillion. Where do they save the money? They save it in London, in America, and so on. And you can see how they are sanctioning them. For example, now, if Russia can put that trillions of dollars into research to buy the scientists and the best brain in the world,
right?
Now they won't be a baby now. They are baby now. Can't you see what they sanction them now? By the time they hold out that sanction, you watch them in the next 6 months with all those sanctions they are giving them. So that's the lesson that African leaders need to learn. A country is not supposed to be running by the way they run what do you call it, Russia. And anybody that said the burden of America or Britain is too much, go under the body of Russia. Then you know you are under hell. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elder. I mean, we'll watch out because myself, I didn't know initially. I've never known how their sanction work until when they extended the sanction onto billionaires who they considered as beneficiaries of Russian government or direct beneficiary with Putin. So talking about sanction again, let me take another call. Hello there.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Princess, hello, ma. Good evening.
Good evening, Baba. How are you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Thank you. So everybody can hear you too.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, you asked the question that if you are a Nigerian and you're in Ukraine,
or even if you're not even there, what would be your advice for somebody in Ukraine right now if they give them a plane to come back?
You look for a safe haven and go there. Look for where it's safe, and coming to Nigeria won't even be on the list. But what I feel about the Ukrainian crisis with Russia is that it is not about Ukraine, Maiyegun. It is about Germany.
Wow.
In particular, a pipeline that connects Germany to Russia called Nord Stream 2. You know, Washington sees this pipeline as a threat to its primacy in Europe, and has tried to sabotage this thing for so long, the project for so long. Even so,
Yep.
That Nord Stream has been pushed ahead and is now fully operational and ready to go. Once German regulators provide the final certification, the gas delivery will begin. German homeowners and businesses will have a reliable source of clean and inexpensive energy. Like Clement said earlier, the energy is so expensive and all, you know. And if they are able to do this, it will significantly boost Russian revenue. It is a win-win for Germany and Russia. So the UN foreign policy establishment is not happy about this development. They don't want Germany to become more dependent on Russian gas because commerce builds trust, and trust leads to expansion of trade.
That's right.
As relations.
Sorry, probably there is, I don't know, somebody probably called the princess number and they've truncated the call or somehow interrupted it. So she's still on the line, but she's
Hello,
not
Maiyegun,
talking.
can you hear me?
Okay, I think, is that network or a call came to your phone, ma?
No, I think it is network.
It is, okay, good. Continue, ma. You are talking about the German,
So
Russia
I believe the travel, I believe travel and tourism will increase. A new security architecture will evolve. And in a world where Germany and Russia are friends and trading partners, there is no need for U.S. military bases. No need for expensive U.S.-made weapons and missile systems. No need for NATO. There won't be need for it. There are also needs to transact energy deal. There won't be also need, There won't be need to transact energy deal in US dollar. So it is about survival for the America, for the United States. It is about survival, nothing more.
What is it to Russia then? Because it is Russia that is bombing now. People have not started fighting Russia. You know, people have not started fighting Russia now. Because once they start, if they ever do that, right, they will have to start bombing Russia too. Like it happened during the Second World War. Is that not what will happen? Because what's the interest of... Yeah, go on.
That's where Ukraine comes into the picture. Ukraine is Washington's weapon of choice. Do you understand?
I'm with you.
For putting that Nord Stream, and putting a wedge between Germany and Russia. The strategy is taken from page 1 of the U.S. Foreign Policy Handbook. You know, divide and rule. It is what it is. Washington needs to create perception that Russia poses a security threat to Europe and the entire world. That's the goal. They need to show that Putin is bloodthirsty, aggressor, you know, can trigger his temper and all that. You know, they'll just paint Putin the new Hitler. They are going to use their media to do that. They will focus on Putin to an extent that they will so paint him evil that the whole world will start saying him differently. But it is all about survival. You know, the American dollar that was created as debt years ago. You know, I think people should learn more about money. When people learn more about money, then they can come out and see. Maiyegun, this is a platform I love so much. I love what you're doing. Thank you. When people learn about money, then people will start thinking. My 8-year-old in the house, knows that money was made from tree, you know, cutting down of trees, and they just print one stupid glossy paper and they start making it exchange for what not. What is America doing in Syria? Who is going to sanction America in Syria at the moment? And they are still stealing there.
And Saudi Arabia is also still in America on the side, though, non-related.
I beg you, what power? Now we day here. Awala wa mi she ole ni. Owo la we yan wa ti ko ole.
Kabiyesi.
Abi to ba ko na to mo lon ko lo.
America ni. The West, you know.
So it is what it is, Baba. It is about survival. The only way left for the U.S. diplomats is to block European purchases of goods to Russia or anything. If not, past glory, Loma Padalu. Yeah, Bobokini, it has been there for the past 75 years.
Some said that once they turn off the gas supply, the oil and everything, it won't take 2 months for those countries in Europe, everybody to start screaming out, say, oh boy, we don't send you go war, we don't send you go war. Everybody, the streets everywhere will start packing up now. Because if I have to buy a liter of fuel for £5.
So So the whole production is being orchestrated with one goal in mind, to make it politically impossible for German chancellor, the Olaf, whatever, to waive Nord Stream to the final approval. It is just what it is.
Thank you.
No. Thank you, Maiyegun. Good night, Baba.
Thank you so much, Ma. Let me take another one. I have another person on the line. Hello. Let me get new thing again. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello,
good evening. Well, I'm very happy that I can call you. And I'm very happy I'm calling in after Princess.
So you have somebody who is already gingering you before you also come in. So it's a win-win for you, Baba. Yes. Go for it.
Yeah, Maiyegun, you see, I think JJ was saying some very vital history. And the truth is, if people don't learn from history, they will be falling into the same, they will be moving around the circle. And unfortunately, we are those people in question. JJ made mention of something which is very important, and I will further elaborate on it.
Please.
You see, when the European countries were formed, America and England, East England were, and also the Russian Federation, the former Soviet Union. These European countries were formed on two Christian ideologies, the Roman Catholic and the what was this?
What have you?
No, the Roman Catholic. You know, the Roman Catholic later, because of the English,
that's when Anglican came in.
Anglican came in. But in the East, they had the
they do not call them Coptic, something Coptic, something like that.
Yeah, but it has a name. I will remember when I'm talking. Don't worry. So it has over the centuries formed their ideology. Now, because it has formed their ideology, you find out that the way their leaders will be thinking is different. Now came Russia, then the breakaway of the former Roman Empire and the Roman Catholic dominated area. Now we have France, we have Portugal, we have what we now have as the NATO members. So when they break up the Soviet Union, when a border is formed, at the rear of the border, you have people who will be having swaying opinion towards the former empire. We have some people who sway towards the EU. We have some people who wanted to stay with Russia. Now we have Belarus. We have all those Russian alliance. But they had a verbal agreement that, there will not be military expansion towards our own border. That's Russia.
That's right.
What is happening in Russia today is actually what's happening in Nigeria. We have some of our Yoruba brothers who are in the Republic of Benin. Now, we have the Fon people in the Republic of Benin. Let's now hear that the Fon people are killing the Yorubas in the Republic of Benin. Maiyegun, as a Yoruba man, will you be happy?
No, never.
The same thing happening in Russia today. You see that region of Donetsk and the other place, and Crimea, they are Russians. But they are minority, the word minority in Ukraine. Now, Ukraine passed
when they are drawing the map, they cut them as part of Ukraine.
Exactly. Now, when Ukraine now passed the law that does not recognize Russian as an official language in Ukraine, they removed their people from Russian, from Ukrainian payroll, and they banned their language from Ukraine, using it as an official language for transaction.
That's right.
The same way, we cannot use Yoruba as an official language in Nigeria, fooling ourselves, talking about English. Now, Putin said, if that's the case, you people, I'll give you your independence. And that was what he did. But he now say, these people that have also inflicted injury on you, I'm going to go after them. And that agreement, they don't want to come to the table to
that
sign.
Agreement they think they can break.
Yes.
Then if they can break the agreement with you, right, and break the agreement with us, yeah, then this time around they will pay. I get you. Go on.
Okay. Let us scatter everything. And this is exactly what's happening. You see, because Germany has learned from history, Germany said, we are not going to join you. The only thing we only said helmet for you. Imagine. France, who is the world power, kept mute. Italy, that also had a history with Russia too, kept mute because they understand that the ideologies they have as a country and as people are different. Maiyegun, when Boris Johnson was talking about this thing in the parliament, do you know what he said? He said Anglo-Saxon and Slav alignment. It means that when books come to shove, everybody know in Papa house.
That's right.
He did not use British, so he said Anglo-Saxons and Anglo-Slav alignment. So it means they all went back to the base.
The base from the start.
So the only problem we as Africans have is we need to understand how these people think when it comes to creation of countries and what they mean by country. England only has one language.
That's right.
English. The Scottish they have their own language, the Welsh to have.
You are right, though, because here in the UK, yeah, Scottish people, we have a Gaelic. That's the language they speak here in Scotland. And it is because of this, they are Yede. That's why Scotland said, no, we don't want to be part of the UK. We want to stay on our own. The Welsh also feel like, yes, we are part of the UK, but we don't want to be part. We can stay on our own because we speak Welsh. So I'm with you. And same with the Irish as well. They have their own language too. Until I got here, you would just say the whole Great Britain and English then be. No.
They don't be at all. Now, in Switzerland, Switzerland has at least two official languages. French, Dutch. Belgium too has two official languages, French, Dutch. Germany, that we normally talk Germany, there is a part of Germany that recognizes French as an official language, Freiburg. So it means that at every point where they have their own native, they recognize their official languages as their language. But now in Africa, you and I, that we are Yoruba man, we are speaking English. And we see our Beninois Yorubas as Beninois. We are not seeing them as part of Yoruba. For the good of everything, we may say the Fulanis are this, the Fulani are that. Hello, everywhere the Fulani see themselves, they are Fulanis. They don't bloody care about who you are. Say, either they will move from Nigeria to Cameroon, from Cameroon to Mali to Mauritania.
One country, everything.
Not to concern them. We are the ones that are deceiving ourselves, saying that one country or no country. And that's why for me, as a person, 100% I support Yoruba nation.
God bless you.
As long as there is difference in languages, there will be difference in ideologies, and there will be difference in the way we do things. And that's why, that is the formation of this Britain we are. Some tribes have to leave France because they are English. Then they have to trade these tribes together so that there will not be problems.
Yes.
So what's happening in Ukraine today, though I don't support the two sides, one thing is sure in life, when languages are different,
there is bound to be crisis. Thank you so much.
That's what's happening.
Let me take my last call. It's been a long night, and it's been a pleasure talking to you. Okay, you have a good one, Baba. Thank you so much. So I'm taking my last call, and I'm going to. Well, we're supposed to be raising money. By the way, I don't even know why we got so dipped into this anyway. But I'm enjoying it. Oh, I'm learning new things, and I know so many people also who are watching are enjoying this, and they are learning new things too. So I have my last call on the line. Hello.
Maiyegun General.
Salam alaikum. Ya
Lafia galau ya gejia.
Ya mata.
Lafia kalau ya yaru.
Lafia ko, lafia lao, lafia lao. Thank you, Baba. Like that. So it's so straightforward that way. I didn't miss much. But if you start asking me now that, how are you feeling? That's a long one. Though. How are you,
Yeah,
Ahmed?
very good. I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thanks
watching.
for asking.
I never had the intention of calling, but
you know one thing, Ahmed, I didn't even know that my viewers have this knowledge of this international politics. This must see me, they hear, they nod, they agree to everybody, even though they are disagreeing, you know, but I'm agreeing with everybody that is disagreeing, and you know what I mean? Because I'm learning.
Yeah. It's
quite interesting.
Yeah,
honestly.
that is the case. We could read whatever we want to read.
Mm-hmm.
We could make research, but the most important thing is when we make research, then we check out what is happening. Then we can compare and contrast. Then that's where we're going to get the insight of what is going on. Somehow we might not know it all, but we might have an idea. Okay, this is what is going on.
That's right.
And which is
good. Knowing something about everything. You don't need to know everything, but just know something.
Yeah, you don't need to know everything.
And
you
then,
don't need to. Yeah. So that is why, when I tell people back in Nigeria, I say, you see, you guys need to go back and start reading about the history of how Nigeria was created. When you read the history, we know, someone wrote the history. Probably they've missed one or two lines or something. At least if you read, you will understand. Then you can now compare with what is going on right at the moment.
That's right.
Then you would understand where we stand. You will understand the problem we are facing. Princess was talking, and people is like, you don't know what to say. She doesn't have to know what. But there's one thing I like about her. She wouldn't say it the way you want, but she will say the fact. Yes. She will just go the fact. She's saying the fact. So if you know it. You don't need to start coming and say, cut this color. That is disrespect to people.
We are used to that. I don't even read their comment at that point.
Man, forget it. The way people behave, all this Russia, this is where Africans need to sit down and realize and check and see how this, would I say, white people, but let me say Europeans and the people that call their colonial master, disrespectful. This is where the black people need to watch and see that we are being used. As black people, Biafrans Oduduwas want to go. Nobody is supporting it. But today, look at it. A breakaway region in Ukraine. The US are there. UN are there. They are saying they don't support it, but Russia is standing with it. And as time goes on, they will definitely come back. If it stands that way, support one. Go, come. Support when everything is done, die down. They will come back and support them. But we did here, we go kill ourselves, do everything, and still the resources where they use do all this madness. Most of the resources, they come our place, come steal them. Hey, we know get near be kilamatic bay. Black people, like that's why I love Nnamdi Kanu when he speaks. Say black people, why is it that black people are so dumb? Like the way he speaks, I love the way he speaks. He knows that black people were neopolo. Anybody talk about what we black people, we are brilliant. Neopolo to some extent. We go say we are blaming. For how long are we going to be blaming the white people for our own problem? For how long? For how long? We have people that are coming out to stand up to fight, but instead we are against them. The same criminals that have caused us all these things we are facing, we still believe them that some people are trying to break Nigeria, some people are trying to cause problems in Nigeria after the ones they have caused or they have created. Which people are trying to break Nigeria or cause problems in Nigeria? This is a lesson for all black people to understand. The day black people in Africa are liberated, all over the world, anywhere, black people in America here will be liberated.
That's right.
They know it. They know that. That is why Oma Diwamole, our Tosi Ekatura Kale, Ambaraja, Ojo la Fegbon. Ojo la Fegbon.
Maybe to the power, we don't have our own Africa, Russia. Maybe if we had an Africa, that's what Nigeria should have been. If to see Nigeria was a real country.
You see, Maiyegun, the time is coming.
And,
you see, the get one saying where they talk. They go say na small to the tier pine. Yeah, one day, all of them go run. Or nearly race. They no go fit run the race.
Almost there.
Now small. They push people. Say people they hungry now everywhere. Ritualists, Kinikon everywhere. If they hot, you go reach stage where we say nobody go fit handle am. Fear no put for any free for all. All those people where they feel say I am rich, Nime Kudini, or those kind of things. They big man, they enter motor. By the time they hold you, come out you for inside motor, begin beat you, you go understand, say, oh, more. We don't put these people reach somewhere. So we need to learn, because by the time our own nine go worse fast, because black people no get sense. Now their own, man, bikini, now our own nine go worse fast. It go worse.
It is.
Thank
you so much for chipping in. Because myself, I did my own ranting today. I don't know if you've seen it. I did my own ranting today. Oh boy,
I will watch it over. I was just
vex. Go and see my nice one, thank you so much. You have a good one, Cheers. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I would love to. Well, no, don't draw the curtains. Let's talk about our money. How much do we have? So if you check your screen, that's still what we have. 42% of our 50,000 pounds. But the good news is that generally, we have raised, if we consider, if we had what we have in PayPal, if we add that to what we have on this screen, we can say, let me see. I'm going to need to, I don't like PayPal. If you leave them for too long, you just have to log in again and again. And if you leave it, not even for too long, if you leave it for 1 minute, 60 seconds, it's going to log out. So let me do the math. 3,000. Where is that again? 3,282 and 41 pence, right? So 3,282. Let's even say 3,300 pounds. Okay, let's use the round figure now. That's what we have on PayPal. So all of you. Obika Luka Zim Jimo, Nigerians in diaspora for change, Oyeteju, Olabinjo, Folawewo, Adeoti, Jodun, Oluwasegun, Kolade, Oseni, Asan, all of you, Kalu Okpara, Sunday Adeniji, Tajudin Bolaji, Abiodun Bello, Adenike Sule, Mojidin, Adebayo, Ade Computer, Abiola Oniko. The list is long. I'm sorry if I mentioned your name and you didn't want your name mentioned. Please pardon me. It's just to tell you that, these are those who have made our contribution on PayPal very, very unique. Now, let's say we have 3,300 pounds there. Add that to what you have on your screen. That's going to make it 24,451 pounds minus 20 pounds, 31 pounds. So do the math. Let's do it. That's 24,431 pounds. So if you use my own calculation, which I have been using the same exchange rates for the past how many days? So I'm going to try it again. How much do we have? Please, if you are watching me and you want to add your own donation, right? If you are watching on Facebook, the link to open and donate is in the comments. On Facebook, I pinned it. You will see that at the top of the comment or at the bottom of the comment, just open the link. If you are watching on YouTube, I pinned the link at the top of the comment section in the chat. Click it, open it, and make your own contribution. But let's use my calculator. So if you add 24,431 pounds, 24,431 pounds times 780 naira, that will give us 19 million. So we have 19 million naira and 56,000 naira and 180 naira. Sorry, it's 19 million, 56,000, 180 naira. That's just say over 19 million. I spoke to the lawyer today, and we have come to a place whereby I will be telling you the good news soon. There's a lot of good news going on behind this, but like I told you, I'm going to be telling you what you should know, when you should know them. And then what should be said by other people will be said by them. And this time around, it will be the lawyers and all that, okay? So here is the plan. We are going to have a final conclusion on the new team next week, Friday. So next week, Friday, we are going to know if this legal firm, this chamber, is going to take up our case. They know now that, you know what I mean? The chamber is, what do you call it? It's a radical Yoruba law firm. This law firm is also in sympathy with our own cause, Oloye Sunday Igboho, Yoruba Nation, the betrayal, the whole abuse, and the rest of that. It's so interesting. I don't have to say much to you, right? But it's so awful. And this firm also understand the fact that we need teams of lawyers, not just the lawyers alone. We also need to go public, real public. Igboho's case and all that should not just be heard in Nigeria. It should be on every television station in Benin Republic. We are going to go that far. We are also taking it further like that. I don't have to tell you all of that now. But by next week, Friday, if they agree to take the job in totality, I will come back here. If they agree, we are going to have a meeting that is also going to involve Oloye Sunday Igboho. So when all of that is sorted behind the scene, I will tell you that, ladies and gentlemen, we don't get the lawyers. You go soon know their names. So when they finish what they have to do, and then, you know what I mean? We are going to mobilize them. I'm going to come back here to tell you how much are we mobilizing them with. I won't break it down. I won't go into much details, but trust me, I will keep the receipts. That is what I'll do best. Keep the receipts. So I have told the lawyers, I've told them that money is not going to be our problem, that if they can give us something the first 2-3 months in this whole case, it's not that we are hoping that it's going to be like 2-3 months. No, it can be longer than that. This is a fresher, so to say. But if the firm, if our team of lawyers can give us something, you know what I mean? Something substantial, they can always be rest assured. Money will never run out. That I can bet. And that I have been promised by my friends. So we can say we have 19 million. Remember that ordinarily we wanted to raise 25 million primarily, So 25 million, that means we are just 6 million away from our target 25 million. But guess what? There is more we want to do. I told you, there's more we want to do. Some of them I won't tell you how they are going to be done, but you will begin to see a lot, right? In the whole drive towards this whole thing. We are putting our money where our mouth is. Guess what? If we get our 50,000 pounds, that means we are raising 39 million naira. By the time they remove the tax, by the time they remove these charges, that one and all of that, we can still be rest assured that this fundraiser, the moment we cross 50,000 pounds, all of you can go to bed and say that is over 37 million naira. Wherever ibitaba fi share jode, ibitaba fi 37 million naira for KCD, I tell you, even Nigeria will think we have spent 3.7 billion. Now, I've told them they shouldn't worry. They want to go and do all what they have to do about the case. And when they are ready, we are going to meet again next week, Friday. Hopefully, before then, we would have met our target, raise more money. So 42% of what we want to raise is where we are now. And somebody, I think I have friends who always do this, They always kind of feel like, 150 pounds. I'm going to add something to it and make it 200. So I should be raising funds today. But earlier today, what happened was that the website just shut down. They had the internal problem, right? Many of you were worried. Maiyegun, what happened again? Our enemies have shut it down. No, they didn't. Okay. So from tomorrow, that's another one. From tomorrow, you see this 21,000 pounds you are looking at right now, some of the money will begin to come into my bank account. I told you there's a dedicated bank account for it. I get my own money, okay, and I actually get a very good of it. So, which means this doesn't come to me it goes into an account that where we are going to be accessing it from. It's so easy and straightforward. So from tomorrow, this website, they are going to start releasing this money to me, okay? But they are not going to release it at once. Tomorrow, the 25th of February, they are going to release £3,944.41. Don't worry yourself. It doesn't matter if you want to be writing or no, don't worry. Eventually, Shebi, you know, this is how much we raise. Yeah. And then when we begin to expend, use that and utilize the fund, what you have to care about is that Maiyegun shows the receipts and all of that. So we have done so well in the area of transparency, area of trying to encourage people that this is possible, it is doable. All you have to do is that just get one or two people to agree with you, and then it is done. Now, so many of you are so proud that we have managed to do a lot in the area of transparency, raising this money. Another area that I want all of you to also please pay attention to very well is the area of disbursements. Okay, we also have to be very prudent with how we spend this. This money majorly is for legal support, and that is why the chunk of it is going to go into that. Some of this money will also go into some other things, helping the victims of the attack on Igboho. So this is being discussed with Igboho himself and those who are around him as we speak. And I told you, right, my own job is to raise this fund. Then at the same time, work with everyone that would love to be part of this to ensure that we put together a reliable team, both media and legal, right? But before any money is paid to anyone, because I will be the one to pay you, and I'm not going to pay anybody through any third party anymore, okay? Remember we said that we were going to get Ilanomo Odua involved, because Ilanomo Odua UK, right? We're like, we have them scout for the lawyers for us and the rest. So a lot of things happened behind the scene that Ilanomo Odua, Ilanomo Odua UK, they are only going to be for just a consultant base. Like every one of us who are going to be talking about this, working together to make sure that whatever we have to do to help the team and the rest in Nigeria will do. Shegun will be coming on to Maiyegun's diary Political any moment from now. So whenever Shegun showed up, we're going to talk about our legal approach towards defending Oloye Sunday Igboho. Ilanomo Odua, UK or Nigeria, they have no role to play in choosing the legal team that will represent Igboho as we are now approaching. We are no longer going to deal with any third party. We're no longer going to deal with, you know what I mean? But we are still going to be talking with so many people for their advice, for their guidance, for their contribution, things to help as long as they want to help. But when it comes to this legal stuff, right, it is going to be between between Maiyegun, the legal team, and Oloye Sunday Igboho. I won't say more than that on that, okay? So we have decided that when we get to that stage, we will cross it. There are other witnesses behind the scene. I will choose not to mention their names just because I want you to ask me your question. I want you to face me. If you have any question, if you have any concern, if you have any objection, call my name. So that is why I won't be mentioning other people who are behind the scene, who are also witnesses to what we are doing to get this help as fast as we can. I mean, you know what I mean? So thank you so much to every one of you who have shown so much support. The kind that has sort of spread like a wildfire across the land. Everybody is talking about this because we are doing so well. So if you are a Nigerian and you are somewhere you are in Ukraine right now, my own advice for you is this, okay? Despite the fact that we used tonight to learn a lot about the history, the connections, the possibilities, and the other things and all that about the Russia-Ukraine conflict, yeah? I want to give you this straightforward advice because this is the right thing to do. I don't know what Nigeria has for you. I can tell you this. There are so many people who are neighbors with Ukraine right now, who are offering so many help. Do not isolate yourself, okay? If people are moving, move with them. Don't lock yourself up in a bunker whereby when everyone is gone, you are left behind. There's a lot that can go wrong. in the next few hours, in the next couple of days, in the next couple of weeks. So you should get out of that hiding. Don't hide anywhere. Join everybody moving out. Move with them. The help you need. Now, most of you can actually move to Poland and so many other neighboring countries. They know you are coming. Don't worry yourself that the visa you have is the visa of Ukraine, or the working visa you have there is that of the Ukraine. I don't know what to do again. This is a war. And during this crisis, just make sure that you go about with your valid documents, the one you can lay your hands on. If you have ID card, your passport, or anything at all, just make sure that you go about with them. So crucial and important. Help will come your way as the whole thing goes on, and we hope that Nigeria will come through for you too. Don't bank on it. Look around. They said in the next couple of days, or maybe it's already happening, internet will be down in so many parts of the eastern Ukraine. It's going to go on and on and on like that. People don't know how long the Ukrainian soldiers or Ukrainian army can hold the Russians. You know what it is, as they say, in the law of the jungle, the mighty shall choke the weak. My brothers and sisters, don't form hero. Ask me, go out there, join those who are moving for help, and then I wish you all the best. Okay, thank you so much to every one of you tonight. Remember, if you are looking for that link where you can make a contribution, you know what I mean, please open the link and do just that. Like the video if you haven't really done that. I'm going to see you some other time. Yes, I know some people are already telling you that waiting to go find for Ukraine. That is the kind of a mental problem that is indeed ravaging Nigeria as we speak. They don't get empathy. They don't get sympathy. You get what I mean now? They don't get joy. Nigeria has destroyed so many of them. So if you are reading their comments, you're just going to be hurting yourself. Don't read their comments. The lunatic and the lunacy in many of them, they are caused by Nigeria. And when they see other people suffer, that is when they feel happy. Okay? So it's up to you. Help yourself, and then may God help you. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ìpẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ìgòmìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Maiyegun. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù.